Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda.
We're the Newcomers. You know, if you're following us, that we come to you every week with Mailbag Monday, where we take viewer questions, tell you about our life in the Villages, Florida, talk about Central Florida, attractions, all that sort of thing. Just ways to improve your retirement.
That's right.
Did I leave anything out?
No, it sounds wonderful.
We went through Milton this past week. It was quite a disruptive week for us. She canceled plans to go up to Indiana, which she is going to go very soon and be up there. But we hunkered down. We tried to bring you regular reports. So many of you reached out. Before we do anything else, I want to thank everybody for all the well wishes. Yeah. Wasn't that incredible?
Incredible. We had so many people worried about us and asking, how are you doing? Are you all ready? We're praying for you. And we just feel real blessed by that. And thank you so much for your caring thoughts and your prayers.
It's wonderful. And, when we go out, for example, we ate lunch out today. We were approached by so many people. It just feels like we have friends everywhere we go. And that is just really tremendous. Mm-hmm. And for you to take time to comment and wish us well and pray for the villages and all that, just really, really nice. So thank every one of you. On today's show, a look back at the storm.
Kelly Ripa, come on, girl.
A wishy-washy situation in the villages.
What's open and what's closed.
A brand new bubble wrap.
Now that the storm is over, there's some things you can do around your house that are obvious as far as cleanup goes, and then there's some things that are not so obvious. That's on this week's Bubble Wrap.
And lots more. Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
They say that some people, when they retire, they don't know how they ever had time to work.
That's true.
It feels that way, doesn't it? Our calendar is really, really full.
It is.
But we like it that way. And we could stop doing things and slow down a little bit. But right now we feel good. Things are going good. Mm-hmm. So we like to be out and busy and having a good time.
Well, being out and busy, we're meeting so many people, and that's the fun of the villages.
Yeah, it is. Our friend Mike says, could you ever imagine 6 years ago that this would have happened to you, that, you would have started this blog and have so many friends and acquaintances and no, we never dreamed it in our wildest dreams, and it's been wonderful. No. One couple that we met we actually met them in Brownwood and got to have a meal with them and talk, were Kim and Marna Hollingsworth, and they're from Indiana. They're fellow Hoosiers.
That's right.
Look at these pictures he took of the Northern Lights. And that's from Indiana. Is that beautiful or what?
It's incredible. It's just like God took a paintbrush and just started painting for us. That's lovely.
And we've seen other folks have submitted pictures of the Northern Lights that they shot from various locations. And it's just tremendous. We love it. Mm-hmm. Love to see that in person.
Yeah. I thought you only had to go to Alaska or someplace like that to see it, or wherever.
They have Northern Lights tours, and you can go up and do that. That would be that'd be a bucket list thing, wouldn't it?
Sure would be.
I'm too old to go up to that cold weather, though. I don't want to do that. Remember, if you have a question for us or a comment or a photo, just like was sent in by Kim and Marna, you can send that in to villagesnewcomers@gmail.com. And we will put it on our show if we can. And we enjoy that. We like getting all those questions and comments and photos. So please don't be shy. Send it in and we'll put it on the list to someday appear on our show. We'd appreciate that. Speaking of that, here is our viewer video question. This one is from Mike Devlin in New Jersey.
Jerry and Linda, how are you? Mike Devlin from New Jersey. What a question for you on this beautiful autumn day. We are coming down to the villages in 3 weeks to buy a house. Our house is currently under contract, and we're coming down and we're making the move. However, here's my dilemma. This is one of my babies, my pride and joy, my big truck. Now I understand the truck is not conducive to the lifestyle of the villages, but my question is this. I'm someone who loves to wash and detail my vehicles. I keep everything pristine. It's my hobby. It's what keeps me sane. I've been told that you're not allowed to wash your cars in your own driveway in the villages. Is this true? There's my question. Thank you, and see you when we get there.
Mike, first of all, you are not going to need that big old truck here in the villages. And if you did bring it, everybody you know down here would be trying to make you haul stuff for them.
That's the truth.
Go pick up that TV at Best Buy. Here, take this garbage out, or can we borrow your truck? We got a new mattress coming. No, you don't need that. What you do need to do is just get you a golf cart, and then you can come over here and wash my car. You love to wash cars. Our car does not get washed too often.
We need a car wash.
Yeah, we should wash it. It's a good thing about Florida, though. You're not driving in a lot of mud. Your cars don't seem to get too dirty.
No, not at all. Just a little bit sandy, but not very often.
And I was a truck driver. I mean, I had my own truck.
Yeah.
And I do miss it once in a while, but gosh, those big trucks won't even fit in some of these garages down here.
No.
So, thanks for the question, Mike. You other folks, don't be shy. Send it in 1 minute or so, and we'll put you in the queue. We're going to start by showing some photos of the storm last week. A lot of these were submitted to us. Most of the damage here in the villages seems to be shingles here and there, and trees that blew over. Now, that's the only loss we had. We had one little hibiscus bush that totally boop, but we put it back up, and patted it down. We're going to love on a little bit, and it'll probably be all right. But that's most of it, and you can see this is our time lapse of our backyard that I'm showing you while we're talking. I set up the GoPro and let it film on time lapse and got those pictures. Now, that was in the afternoon before the hurricane hit. The hurricane hit at night. We couldn't get any good pictures. It was pitch dark here when that happened. But you can see that there was some damage, nothing too serious, no injuries at all that we heard of in the villages. And again, we're not making light of that hurricane. It hurt a lot of people, and it caused a lot of financial hardship and damage, and it's just too bad, and our hearts go out to them.
That's true.
And remember, we're going to tell you details of a fundraiser that we are going to host along with Cody's Roadhouse, and that will be on November 7th, and we'll tell you all the particulars soon. But we're going to all get together, have a meet and greet, have a good time, maybe eat some good food, and try to raise some money to help those folks that were devastated by the hurricane.
That's right. We got an email today about some openings and closings in the villages.
That's right. The Villages Community Development District sent it out. And I've got it here on my phone. I don't have anything printed out, but I'll read you a few things that it said. Basically, it was post-Hurricane Milton, a golf and recreation update. And hopefully you got that. And it tells you which golf courses are closed, which is all of them, by the way. All the golf courses are closed as of Saturday morning, and they'll reopen when they can reopen, and some will open before others, but they're all closed at the time that we're reading you this. This Knudsen, K-N-U-D-S-E-N, Knudsen, that's a Scandinavian word, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a Knudsen softball field is closed. Paradise Lake Park, Brinson Perry Dog Park, the Dudley Dog Park, the Rupert Dog Park, Homestead Dog Park, and Richmond Dog Parks are all closed at this time. Now, what's open? Lots of sports courts are open. I mean, we can go down the list here, but it looks like most of them, to me, are open. And a lot of pools are open. And so you can probably go to VCDD and get a list of all of that. There are some that are still closed, some pools that are closed. For example, our pool, Dunedin, is not on the list of open. But they're opening them as they can get to them and check for debris and that sort of thing. So go to VCDD and see if you can find what you're interested in. But they did send us the email, and hopefully you got it too. All championship and executive golf courses are closed until further notice. Remember that some of those courses are holding areas for the water. Boy, didn't that work great? We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Open, though, the driving ranges are open. The golf and tennis academies are open. The Tea Times office is open. So there are many things still open. And she's going to talk about entertainment a little bit later. And we'll get to that. But that's the best we can do for you right now.
This question is from Brenda Jansen. Hi, Jerry and Linda. I don't remember seeing any information about how the villages monitor ponds and flooding that may occur when we get extremely heavy rains. When the ponds get low, I've seen the huge corrugated metal pipes at the bottom, but do they actually have any control?
We don't know how it works. We've never been behind the scenes to see. But evidently, they have a way to transfer water from location to location to kind of plan their attack on this rainwater. And boy, they did a good job.
Yeah.
That's why you see the sprinklers going off during the rain sometimes. It'll be raining outside and the sprinklers are on. And you think, duh, what's up with that?
Yeah.
Well, they're lowering ponds to accept the rainwater that's falling down. So that's what that's all about.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, we got so much rain with this last hurricane, and yet I didn't see a single flooded street.
Yeah.
If some of you had one out there, send us a picture.
Yeah.
But we didn't see any, so it worked like a charm. Now, right across from us out there is the golf course part of Bonifay called Pensacola. There is a lot of water on that course. You could not possibly play it, and you won't be able to until that water goes down. Like we said, that is one of the closed courses. They're all closed right now. So, yep, we can change it, or change the water levels. I don't know exactly how. Hopefully someday they'll let us take a look and see how they do that. Tom in Pinellas wrote a question. Hope you fared well from the latest hurricane. How many times a year do they change out the flowers at all the entrances and roundabouts? 4, 5, 6? Saw them recently doing it in several areas. Tom, that is one of the nicest things about the villages. Those beautiful flowers are at every roundabout, the entrance to every single postal station, the entrance to every one of our villages. It's just beautiful flowers. And we know they change them out every 3 months. They change them 4 times a year. And they don't wait for those flowers to die. They take them out while they're still healthy, but they're getting up to their prime. So when they plant new flowers, you never see the flowers go past their prime. That's the way it's been anyway. I think I have noticed a few of those beautiful flowers being replaced with perennials, green things like, I never know how to say it, but like lorope.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? Lorope? And evergreens that don't need to be replaced. And, you know, in the long run, that'll save money. But yeah, it's one of the nice things, all the beautiful flowers. It gives us that Disney-esque look.
Yeah. It's time for bubble wrap.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. There's some things that you should do around your house now that this storm is over, and one of them is cleaning the rails on your sliding glass doors. Now, here's what you need: a shop vac, Q-tips, paper towel, and some Windex. First thing you want to do is give your rails a good vacuuming. A little shop vac like the one I have here will do the trick.
Run the nozzle back and forth to remove the dirt, hair, and any other accumulated debris. Make sure you clean every channel, including the small ones where the rollers are located.
Give your rails a light spritz of Windex. Don't have to put a lot down, and then go over it with a paper towel.
You'll be surprised how much gunk collects on your sliding glass rails. The wind carries some in, and just everyday living causes these to gather dirt and hair. For me, my cats drop litter from their feet every now and then. Again, get every channel and spray again every now and then.
This is the most important step. Take a Q-tip and go into the skinny part of these rails and drag it along. This is where the muck likes to collect and really can jam up the works if you don't get them nice and clean.
Switch out your Q-tips when they get dirty to start fresh with a clean one.
I can tell you from experience, if you don't do this, your sliding glass doors will get harder and harder to open and close. Do these maintenance steps and you won't have to worry about that. I'm Peter Bernard, and that's this week's Bubble Wrap.
Thank you, Peter. You know what? One of our letters this week said, that Peter is amazing. I'll bet he has the cleanest and nicest house in the world. Well, he does know how to do a lot of things, and he's been bringing us a list of those things. But he contacted me the other day and said, Jerry, ask everybody if they have any ideas of things I can show them on Bubble Wrap to write it in. And you can write that in, as always, to villagesnewcomers@gmail.com. We'll pass it on to Peter, and you just might get a demonstration.
It's time for Pet of the Week.
Bobo.
Precious.
I love that video.
Yes.
And in fact, they sent that in with gorgeous background music. It was perfect. But I wasn't completely sure of the legality of us using that since we can't use copyrighted material. So I replaced that with music myself. Theirs was probably better. But I want you to know, folks, please send us your pets. Tell us all about that pet. You can talk. Say,
don't send us your pets. Just send a video of
we don't need more pets for now. For now. Yes. Unless
knock,
it's
knock, knock. Here comes all these dogs.
What would you, if they did send us one, what would you want them to send us?
I know what I'd
Another wiener dog?
Yes, a little bitty one.
Do not do that. Yeah, send us your video. 1 minute or so, could be a little longer, a little less. A good place to put those are on Dropbox, or there are lots of little hosting sites like that. You can send me a link and I can get it down. Or if it's a minute or less, you can send it via email. But just make sure you film it in landscape format. It's wide, not tall. No. Yes, this way. And thank you all for that. That was a really nice job.
Very nice. And
speaking of dachshunds?
Speaking of dachshunds and pets and dogs, we got this in the mail this last week. It had been in our mailbox and we didn't get it for a while, but we are sorry. This is from Sandra Barnwell in Oregon, and she sent this absolutely beautiful card. Now, she had that painted, commissioned from a picture of Gizmo, and then the painter sent that to her, and then she sent it on to us.
Yeah.
And that was just the sweetest card. And
yeah, it's super nice.
Thank you so much. It looks just like him.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Oh. Well, this is actually questions about, well, it's not really a question. These are comments from Jerry's video that he put out on Milton. And it was the destruction, or just our little drive the next day when we woke up and we got in the car and took off. And Jerry put it all to music. Well, we got some comments.
Yeah, I mean, this is...
These are good, these are bad.
Oh, okay, you get them segregated for me.
Yeah.
You can never please all of the people all of the time. And we find that out with our show so often that we'll take some criticisms for things that I'm actually proud of or I thought were pretty good. But that's not always the case. But on this one, I'm showing you some here. Don't like the music. It's very annoying. And another person said,
enjoyed the ride, complete with the music. Some people would complain if Jesus returned. So glad it was minimal damage for the villages. Keep up the great work.
Yeah. So, you know, you get both viewpoints. And another person says music was a little distracting.
And this person says, I like the music.
Kathy O'Brien said, I don't listen to videos where I have to hear people shouting over nonsense music that adds nothing.
And Sky My Eye says, I love the music. It was cheery and upbeat. Some people need to follow suit.
Yes, you're saying, hey, you'd like the music if you were cheerful. Huh?
Yeah, that's right.
But a nice lady said, I agree with the music being aggravating. I made it to 340 only because my hands were cooking and I couldn't get to it quicker. The content had possibilities otherwise.
And Teresa of USA said, enjoyed the video. Great quality and wonderful commentary.
Thank you. And Anne says, I wanted to listen to your update, but I had to leave because of the distracting background music.
And Smiley One said, I like the music and Jerry's narration is awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Smiley One. But again, I'm not blaming anybody for saying that they were distracted by that. You know, some things get on my nerves that don't bother her at all.
Yeah.
And it's that way with everybody. But I really would like to know, when I show a video like that, I put music on. Now that one I'm going to tell you, and all you folks that were not happy with it, I set that audio level to the lowest setting. That was the lowest setting that music could be on. And they said they had a trouble hearing me. Every time we post a video, I watch it. And she watches it. We could hear it just fine on our setup. It's possible, I guess, that your TV, your monitor, your phone has different settings and maybe did it differently. Some people said that they could only hear the music out of one speaker and my voice out of the other speaker. Quite possible. But anyway, we're doing our best. We like your comments, even if they are, not that, what do I want to say?
They're a little salty.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that's how you get better. So
Yeah.
don't be afraid to send it in. We're not harassing you about the comments. Just trying to figure out the whole process.
This next comment or question's from Susan. Hi, Jerry and Linda. I'm from Pennsylvania and spend winters in Naples, Florida. I'm curious, how long does it take to drive from the southernmost end to the northernmost end of the villages? Love your shows.
We've done this drive several times, and
Well, it depends on, are we doing golf cart or car?
no, I'm going to do car.
Okay.
She said drive.
Okay.
To go from our house to Sumter Landing is about 20 minutes by the time you get in the car, you get out of the driveway, and you drive up, and we go to the movies there every week. And then from there up to Spanish Springs is another good 10 minutes. So we've got a half hour. And to go to even further than that, to the very farthest north, is probably another 5 minutes or so. So 35 or 40 minutes to the very northern tip of the villages from us. Now, I know how long it takes to get to the bottom because that's where the turnpike is. And we've always calculated, is it faster to go out Megason Road, or was it faster to go over the Bexley Bridge and that way? Either way you go, it's going to take you 17 minutes or so. So we've got 40 minutes and 17 minutes. That's 57 minutes. So an hour if you get hung up at all. 1 hour from the southern tip to the northern end. And
Yeah.
that's quite a drive. And in a golf cart, it's going to take you longer. Virginia and Jim from the villages De Luna wrote in and said, Lake Sumter is going to refurbish their boardwalk. Do you know if those funds are coming out of the funds collected by us, the residents of the villages? Keep on having fun. You know, I try to get answers like that. And once in a while, I will figure out how to get that answer. And I did on this one. I called one of our commissioners and one of my fellow YouTube friends, the one and only Gold Wingnut, Don Wiley. So Don was kind enough to answer this for us, and he's going to tell us where that money comes from to refurbish the boardwalk, which is now very, very clean after the hurricane.
It's very destroyed.
Yeah, it took some damage. I think the water got way up there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an insurance claim now.
Yeah, that's interesting.
The boardwalk is part of Project Wide. Therefore, it's being funded by the Project Wide Fund. And funding for the Project Wide Fund comes from each of the individual CDs that are members. As I understand it, the boardwalk only became a project-wide asset when it needed to be fixed. So we pay community development fees, and it looks like those fees are going to be the ones used to fix the boardwalk, according to the commissioner. One of our friends, Jim DeCastro. Jim's a nice fella. He and his wife went with us on the last cruise, and he was responding to something he saw on television with Kelly Ripa and her husband. And he was talking on Facebook about it, so I snagged it. He's going to be surprised when he sees that we're talking about him on here. He was talking about Kelly Ripa and said they were talking about how people in a certain decade of life engage in activity. Something like in their 50s, they play pickleball. In their 60s, they play cards. In their 70s, they try to have fun. And in the 80s, they go to the villages. Kelly and Mark cracked on the villages a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And remember, we invited her down.
Yeah.
And we didn't hear anything from her. So we're going to, again, make the plea for Kelly and Mark.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be doing some location shoots for your show. Come down to the villages. You know, you've been talking some smack. We have 2 extra rooms. We'll put you up in one of our guest rooms, and we can give you the big tour, show you the villages. You can meet the people, and you know, you can then be more informed when you talk about us.
Yeah, we'll teach you how to play samba, Kelly. I don't know how to play bridge. You mentioned you wanted to learn how to play bridge. I don't know how to play bridge.
Should teach you how to play samba.
I can teach you how to play
samba. You probably remember us because we were in your studio one day and you came over and you gave Linda a hug and took a picture with her. So you probably remember that.
You probably remember me.
And we'd love to have you down so you don't talk so much smack about the villages. It's time for the word jumble. Now, last week it was a toughie because somebody forgot to put the spaces in, so you didn't know how many words it was. but it was 2 words, 8 letters and 7 letters. I answered that 473 times in an email. But the clue was, it might not be clear, but it will. And if you unscrambled those letters just right, you got cataract surgery. See, I was kind of evolving everything to go with us, you know, old timers. The clue for this week, if over 74, it is something else. That's going to be a tough one. I hope you get it. And if you do, let us know you got it. Be witty. You guys have really been witty lately in your little comments to let me know that you got it. So I appreciate that. And you know, I try, and boy, you wore me out this past week with those storm videos and our Mailbag Monday and such. I felt like I was on the computer all week long because I like to answer every one of you. I give you a thumbs up. I give you a heart. Even if you're obnoxious, I usually give you a thumbs up and a heart for taking the time to come to us. But if you get this right, I give you trophies. I put trophies on there. Have you gotten trophies before? So good luck to you. Let us know you got it without letting us know what it is. All right, I will take the salty.
Okay.
I've got 2 of them today because they were so similar that I thought, you know what, I'm going to lump these together. But the first one was by Damon Katos. Just wait, the big one is coming. That was his response to the hurricane. Just wait, the big one's coming. Like, okay, well, thank you. And on a very similar note, this one, it's by Tim Martz. And he wrote this as a comment to our video. Gonna get leveled, will laugh my off.
Wow.
Who in the world would write something like that? Taking pleasure in other people's pain. There's a name for that. What is that? But anyway, those are about as salty as you can get right there. Wishing harm on others and predicting it.
This next one is from a friend of ours named Janet. I'm so grateful you both made it through the storm. My heart goes out to those who are dealing with flooding, power outages, or other damage from the storm. I pray for their safety and well-being. And that is so sweet. And most of our viewers are like that, wishing well for everyone else. And that's what makes the world a better place, isn't it?
Well, Janet, she is quite the Good Samaritan, lovely person.
Yeah.
When Gizmo was ill and he lost the ability to really walk around, she sent us a stroller for him.
Yeah.
Such a sweet person. She also sent some dog treats
All
and things.
kinds of
This
stuff.
was more than a year ago.
Yeah.
But we remember Janet, just like
Yeah.
we remember a lot of you, and we really try to. And when you go out and meet us in public, you know, sometimes you're surprised because we know your name because, you know, we consider you friends too.
That's right. It's time for entertainment. Well, this last week we had a little bit of trouble with entertainment. We had a couple days without entertainment because of the hurricane, and rightfully so. No one really wanted to sit in the rain and storm. We didn't know what to do. So anyway, sometimes we made our own entertainment. After the storm, I went walking with one of my friends, and we decided to take a walk. 2 days we did that. So that was kind of fun. On October the 15th is Take Me Home, the music of John Denver. Love that music. On October 18th, it's called Haunted Illusions. And then the Tracy on October 19th is Caroline Ray, a comedian, right, Jerry? And then the Sharon on the 17th is Lobby Lounge Cabaret with Kevin Kelly. And then the Studio Theater is The Vote, and that's going on till October the 19th.
I think Lance Burton is coming too. Remember that? We saw him in I don't know if you say in concert, but we saw him perform years ago. Remember, it's a great magician.
Yeah.
And now it's time for Jerry and Linda's shoutouts.
We want to take this time to recognize the friends of our channel. There are so many of you and so many different ways that you've become our friends. You'll see the picture scrolling to the top of your screen. Actually, they're not scrolling to the top of your screen. They're scrolling right in front of my face.
That's right.
They're not even scrolling. They're just appearing.
They're appearing.
They're appearing.
Like magic.
Yeah. This is all one big blooper, but we're going to let it in, leave it in there. Consider it a treat. Thank you all so much. And send those pictures into villagesnewcomers@gmail.com. That's going to do it for this edition of... Well, I didn't know if we were going to make it through this or not.
We did it.
We did it.
It's time for bed.
It's time for bed. And we're tired, and it's been a big week.
Yeah.
We've had fun, and we hope that you have fun too, and that you've recovered from the storm. And and again, our well wishes go out to all those folks that were affected.
Absolutely. If you liked our video today, please press our like and subscribe button and share it with all your friends, neighbors, and relatives. Until next time.
See you when you get here.
That's not sweet and salty. That's word jumbo.
That's what I'm talking about.
Are you having a stroke? Are you okay? I don't even feel your hand.
And they don't wait for those flowers to dry. They dry.
To dry.
I said dry.
So people that just turn in and turn us on, they have no clue who these people are.
No, nope, it's not. God.
What'd you say? I'm just going to say what night it is.
You know, you said I'm right.
You're right. We're from the middle of the villages. Oh, shoot. We're looping everywhere.
We appreciate it. I keep saying we appreciate it. We appreciate that, and we appreciate you, and we appreciate appreciation. It's good to appreciate things. From the VCDD, the villages, and he was talking about Keller was a really...
Let's start over. Don't you want to tell them who we are? If someone just sees our video and pops up.
Didn't I say it?
No, you said hello. Well, then you went right into Milton. You didn't say we're
Oopsie.
You didn't say who we are.
And we weren't going to have a single blooper today. Did I say residence wrong?
No. Sound good to me.
I'm going to do it again. The villages, the ville.
Coupe de ville.
Coupe de ville.
Isn't that a word?
Yeah, that's a car.
Yeah.
That's a Cadillac. I think. If you don't mind.
No, I did a good job. I won't do it again.
No, you didn't. And you,
I thought it was good.
Now, we already said Jerry and Linda.
Yeah, but you want to say we're the newcomers. We come to you with
more about that?
Yeah. So people that just turn in. Lord, you keep saying sweet and salty.
Mama said there'd be days like this.
Yeah, you got it.